Welcome back to another episode of the Defender of Animals podcast. This is episode 3. My name's Daryl.
Whoop, whoop. My name is Kenny. How's it going, guys?
Whoop, whoop. Big up Defender of Animals podcast. We're really hitting new heights now. We're getting a solid 3 listens on every episode. So thank you so much to all of you who are listening. We really appreciate it.
Yeah, we've made it big time. I've got a ring light now.
Christ, you're basically an influencer.
Yeah.
You influence me. Yeah, so thanks for all your support, guys. We're really enjoying recording these episodes. We're having a good laugh, and hopefully today's episode will be just as good. We don't have a great deal to discuss this week in terms of the clothing line and the vegan movement, but we're going to have a good laugh regardless and go through some troll comments and just chat shit basically.
Thanks to the regimented segments that we've got going on, we've always got some ridiculousness to discuss.
It's
the clothing line's been good though. We've made more money than usual. The new items are looking sick. We've got like loads more content. I've noticed more pictures from fans coming in.
This is very true.
No, it's been going really well actually. The clothing line has. It's been sick.
It has. You're right, actually. Yeah, we've been selling lots. And yeah, we love to see your pictures. We love to see people wearing Defender of Animals clothing, so we can post that on our socials. We love it. We love it so much. We had someone over in Canada wearing one of our t-shirts at a plant-based expo event, which was sick. Like really cool to see.
Sick. Love that.
Really cool to see that we're reaching far and wide. We did a little clothing swap with a fellow vegan brand, Fear, F.E.A.R. Face Everything and Rise. Face Everything and Rise? Fear.
Very cool.
Yeah, Face Everything and Rise, I think.
Fear Apparel, isn't it? Fear Apparel.
Yeah, you can find them on Instagram. So we sent those guys a t-shirt, they sent us one. I put that on my Instagram. People loved it. It's a great design. It's a really nice tank top that they sent over.
Really
so
cool,
that was that's nice, isn't it? That we can kind of big up other brands and they can do the same for us. You know, we're all in this for the same reasons.
Oh hell yeah.
Yeah, so enjoy that. So we were gonna announce on today's episode that we're gonna be attending a big vegan event.
Oh yes!
Later this summer.
Stoked.
What is it? What is it, Kenny? Do you wanna tell the fans?
We're going to vegan camp out, Defender of Animals style. Cannot wait, man.
Yeah,
I'm so excited. This will be my first time, and your second time, won't it?
Second, yeah. I've only been once last year, and it's going to be incredible to walk around with you, sir, and experience it together.
Oh, mate, I can't wait. Plus, my boss has got some ideas that they want me to potentially make some content while I'm there. So it's like so exciting. I can't wait to meet loads of people. I'm hoping to meet Joey and Tarian. Who else have we got? Ramesh Ranganathan, is that how you say his name?
Yeah, I can't wait to see him. I think he's hilarious.
Oh, mate, I just hope we get to meet everyone. I just can't wait to meet all the random peeps as well, especially if my boss does get me to do this content while I'm there. That's just going to make it even more fun. Can't wait. I'm so buzzing.
Yeah, good. I mean, I there's no obligation for me to make any content, but I didn't last year. But this year I think I'll be feeling a bit more confident, especially walking around with you. So maybe we can, I don't know.
Yeah. Oh mate, I haven't even like really discussed with you, but I just like practically expected you to help me with this.
Yeah, of course. It's gonna be great. We're gonna have a good laugh.
Without even asking you. I'm just
That's
like,
fine.
yeah, Daryl will be my cameraman.
Of course I will. Yeah, of course I will. It's all for the animals, isn't it? Yes, we look forward to
Fantastic.
that. We look forward to meeting loads of you there. Hopefully you'll be at Vegan Camp Out. We can eat some food together, we can chill out, watch some music or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What else happens then? What else happens at Camp Out besides
Oh mate,
the
there's
stage talks and what
there
have you?
is so much. Like there's all the stalls that you can imagine, like that you'd see at a vegan market or vegan festival, like loads of food places, loads of clothing. Yeah, food vendors. Last year there was over 60. I think this year there's over 50 food vendors. Just like all the cuisines you can imagine, like every single cuisine, loads of desserts.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, it's the best food like ever. And then there's like a yoga section where literally like 7 in the morning or 8 in the morning, I remember seeing people fucking doing yoga. There's people like oh, they've moved venue now, haven't they? There was a big lake last time people were swimming, so I don't know what the deal is this year. But in terms of talks, yeah, loads of activism talks. Like I saw so many good speeches from loads of different people. And then comedy, music, DJ sets. Yeah, fucking
Sick.
loads. And there was like a secret rave in the woods. Like obviously I mean I actually went and had a look, but I mean I don't drink or do drugs, so it was pretty pointless for me. But there were so many people in the woods just like fucking off their tits raving.
Just tripping.
It was hilarious. I just walked through by myself, like with a bottle of water at like 1 a.m. Like, what the fuck is going on?
Does any of the does any of this the lineup clash? Like, do you have to make decisions between two things that might be equally awesome?
Um, yeah, like there's multiple stages, big
All right.
multiple big tents, or at least that was their setup last year. I don't remember things clashing as such. Obviously the big acts. I'm not sure if there's any other acts on at the same time as the big acts. I doubt it, because that would just be a bit silly. But
Yeah.
I can't really remember. But everyone flocks to the big, the main kind of acts, don't they? So we shouldn't have to make any drastic decisions.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't have to decide between two things that I really wanted to see. It's
Yeah, because
always
I
the
think,
worst.
I think Joey's speaking. I think there'd be loads of other people speaking as well.
I've just like for some reason haven't taken the time to look at even if there is like a timetable for the lineup, or I've just kind of not looked into it really.
It was pretty cool last time. Like you just rock up to the different tents, different stages, and there's like a big board out the front of all of them with all the times. Like it was pretty straightforward.
Sick. Can't wait.
Yeah,
It's gonna be so
yeah,
cool.
yeah. I can't wait either. Yeah, so that's a big announcement. I guess we're going to be at Vegan Camp Out. Come say hi.
Awesome.
Yeah. What else do we have to talk about?
Honestly, nothing. Nothing really. Me and you had another like, oh mate, we're gonna get endorsed by Papa John's. Me and you had a Papa John's date together.
Yeah, it was sick.
We love Papa John's, and we both had a Papa John's, and we did an Amazon watch party, and we watched Shaun of the Dead, and it was fantastic, wasn't it?
It was. It was. I thoroughly enjoyed it. It was really nice.
That's an important announcement to make.
Yeah, we should
Other
do it.
than that, I think
We
we
should
as
do it
well
more
just
often.
move on to the vegan trolls.
Yeah, you want to? You want me to read some comments to you?
Let's get right into it, man. We don't have much to talk about. Let's be real.
Okay. I'm not sure how good they are, but um
Vegan trolls,
vegan trolls.
trolls.
Right, I've got 3 comments. They were all taken from TikTok, and they were
Okay.
all from the Guildford Vigils page that I run.
Ooh,
From
sensitive.
Yeah, basically footage of cows in trucks going in to be slaughtered. So yeah, three comments I've got.
Oh, come on.
The first one, from No, I won't say their name. The first one is, sure, when you drink water, you're destroying a fish's home, aren't you?
Mate, what? All right. Mate, I don't know how you
Salem.
managed to.
Salem, we're recording a podcast.
Jesus, Salem. Salem's the cutest dog ever, by the way. I think we should post our companions on the Instagram so folk can meet them.
It's a good
Salem's so
idea.
adorable. I don't know how you managed to find these ridiculous comments, man. Like, I've got no idea how to respond to that other than they clearly haven't heard of like reservoirs and freshwater supply at all. Like, they just don't know the difference between saltwater and freshwater. But I don't have anything else to say on that because it's so stupid.
I just love the.
I don't even get why that's a comment on a video. It's so stupid, mate. Christ.
It's anything to justify killing cows, isn't it? Like, I'm just
But
picturing.
that has got to be the furthest stretch I think I've ever heard. I've heard a lot of super stretch Armstrongs, but that one takes the little biscuit. Do you ever pull your stretch Armstrong so hard that the green gunge came out?
No,
That's a green gunge stretch Armstrong comment.
you did.
It's so dumb.
It is so dumb.
There's freshwater and saltwater, mate. I'm sorry you didn't know that.
But I love the image I've got in my head of just like me at the beach with a straw, like just sucking on the seawater.
What? What?
me at the beach with a straw, just like drinking the seawater.
I thought you meant that you like made that up and sent them it. I thought that's what you were saying.
No, that would be funny. That would be funny.
That would be funny. You should have done that.
The next one is it's not so much like something that you're going to laugh at. It's just like something that needs unpacking. So these videos I've been posting on TikTok, Guildford Vigils at Guildford Vigils. For some reason, the algorithm is like pushing it so much to lots of farmers. I mean, I have been like hashtagging like farmers and stuff, but I don't know. We seem to be getting a hell of a lot of people on there. So this one is clearly a farmer. You can tell from their display picture, it's a big old tractor. So the comment is, if we beef farmers don't send these cows off to slaughter, we won't make any money and we'll go bankrupt.
Right. Okay. So the sort of typical like appeal to sympathy for the farmers one.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a simple debunk, isn't it? It's like you're supplying the current demand. And in a vegan world, there'd be new demands. So just need to change what you supply. I mean, it's so ridiculous, man. It doesn't just like the fact that we need to go through a transition of things being difficult for a certain amount of people for a certain amount of time doesn't mean that we shouldn't make the transition if on the other side of said transition is a better world. Like, yeah, it probably will be difficult for a certain amount of people for a certain amount of time. It doesn't mean we shouldn't do it. Like, yeah, I mean, like how many subsidies are paid into the meat industry to keep the like synthetic prices? Maybe synthetic's not the best word. These false prices that we pay for meat, right? So other people have talked about like just changing the use of those subsidies. So obviously we wouldn't need like, I think because we need so much less land to produce food for a plant-based world, hypothetically. Like, yeah, I suppose every animal farmer in the world would like, yeah, they wouldn't be producing food anymore. But those subsidies, like if there's a budget for them now, then how won't there be a budget for them within this hypothetical transition phase also? and it's a case of like whoever we have left over, like say the food requirements are met, these subsidies could just go towards like healing the planet, considering like the amount of land use to farm animals. Do you know what I mean? The destruction of nature. We can use these subsidies to rewild, to plant trees, all sorts of stuff, man. And there's like a more simple answer with like the farms turned sanctuaries and stuff. They just become like an attraction spot for people. They get donations. Like I'm sure that the amount of people that have done that just went from literally like even the same animal, like went from farming cows for their flesh and they've just changed to a cow sanctuary and they're still going strong. Like I see them on Instagram going strong. It's just ridiculous, mate. At the end of the day, even if they're right and it puts them out of work, like I just don't think some people having to go through some sort of like transition phase and that being somewhat negative for their own life experience. Just don't see that being an excuse to not create better change, even if they are right.
No, you've hit the nail on the head. It's not, is it? And it's just about yeah. So you're so right. It's about a reallocation of funds. And it's fairly simple, like just get another profession.
Yeah, I mean,
you know,
we can always rely on you to hit the nail on the head.
Well, I mean,
we're noticing a pattern. Like I'll go into think about it, and you're just like, get another job, mate.
I mean,
Darrow's the mic drop master.
But it's simple. Like, you know, I used to have a job that ethically is frowned upon, rightly so. You know, I used to be a zookeeper, and then I saw that it was wrong, and now I'm not a zookeeper anymore. Like, it's pretty simple. These people are probably never going to see it the way we see it, but that's why I hope that the environmental discussion, conversation will have a lot to play in this. You know, we are, as you've said about the land use, and we haven't even touched upon like the greenhouse gases from animal agriculture. Like, governments, people in power need to be pushing these farmers to grow oats, to grow peas, to grow corn, whatever it is, like, instead of fucking breeding animals into the world just to murder them for their flesh, like, or secretions. So I feel like, yeah, the people in power need to be pushing these people to find new professions, or to, as you say, like the subsidies, reallocate those subsidies and let them look after the land, pay them to look after the land, rewild the land instead of fucking the land.
Yeah, because we should say the subsidies are in the like tens of billions, aren't they? In America, I'm sure, and in the UK, they're in the billions as well. I'm sure of it. Yeah. I'll let the listeners look it up themselves, but I'm sure the subsidies in the UK for farming animals for meat is up in the billions. Like, I'm sure it is.
Also, yeah, like that comment isn't very you know, it's not like a laugh or anything. It's just a lot to unpack, and I just love how it really drives home the point that, like, these animals to these farmers are just a money-making scheme. Like, these animals, it does not matter how many times a farmer will tell you that they love their animals. Like, they can tell you that until they're blue in the face. Like, those animals are just there to make money for these people. Like, otherwise they wouldn't exist. So I just feel like that comment really drives it home. Like, these poor animals that I see at vigils outside of a slaughterhouse, like, with a number fucking on their ear, like, you know, they are just money-making vessels. They don't care about them.
I mean, it's like, for some reason, when it comes to this subject matter, it seems to be a decent excuse for people. But in any other, like, I'm trying to think of any other subject matter where like progression resulting in loss of work for people is an excuse to not progress. Because I'm like thinking about it, and I'm like, there's a million different sort of innovative, progressive things that have happened that benefit humanity, that put people out of professions that we no longer need them to be in.
Yeah.
And I don't see anybody like still talking about it, like protested, like bring back this ancient job that I used to do.
I
Like
guess it's
when we
I,
progress, we just other jobs are created and we move on.
yeah,
Like I don't see anyone like
literally.
protesting to bring back like these ancient jobs that people used to do that used to be important. And I'm sure they said similar things. Oh, I'm not gonna be able to make money if you bring out the internet because I do whatever. And
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
like, yeah,
Yeah, you could
you
say
see
the
what I'm getting
same.
at.
Yeah, you could say the same for um fossil fuel industry, couldn't you? Like we got Just Stop Oil like marching every fucking day in London. Like you could say the same for fossil fuels. We should rightly be moving away from fossil fuels, but there's probably people saying, "Well, I work on an oil rig and I'd lose my job, and I've done that for 30 years, and my dad did it, and my granddad did it." And it's
Then
like,
you make
yeah,
really good money as well.
yeah, yeah, but we're fucking the earth, like fucking it.
I saw this brilliant reel. I wish I could remember who made it. Saw this exceptional reel, and it was like, geez, all these Just Stop Oil protesters stopping traffic. And then it was just like this massive flood with cars floating in it.
Yeah,
It's great.
yeah, it was
It's
in
like this seems to be stopping the traffic considerably more.
yeah, yeah, I think it was footage in Spain. I saw it on Twitter. Yeah, I mean it's so the thing is like Just Stop Oil are doing stuff all around the world, but quite a lot in London, and it's easy for us in the UK to be like, "Oh, shut up, you idiots!" Like, and just like the climate crisis isn't real and blah blah blah. But
Oh god.
fuck me, we're so easy to forget how real the climate crisis is. Like, we'll turn on the news, it'll be like, "Oh, huge floods in Italy, like huge floods in Spain, wildfires in California, whatever it is." And then the next moment, we're just watching the chase on ITV and we la la la. We just forget about it. Like,
Exactly, mate.
but it's happening everywhere. People are dying. People are dying, like because of the climate crisis. So
Yeah.
yeah, fucking
Fascinating.
yeah, it is, isn't it? Um, okay,
Next.
on to the third one. This was again on a video of cows in a truck on the way to slaughter, and the profile picture is someone on a horse, and the username, I will say the username is horses,
Oh wow.
and they put looks yummy with two drool faces.
Fantastic.
So I replied, would you eat your horse?
Oh yeah, great response.
And they said, you do know they're probably there because they're most likely too dangerous to keep as a pet.
Interesting. That's
So
ridiculous.
the cows are probably there because they're too dangerous to keep as a pet.
Yeah, there's actually only two kinds of animals in this world. Animals that are safe enough to be pets and food. Those are the only two. Aye, all right. What a ridiculous comment. It brings to mind every sanctuary video I've ever seen on Instagram of cows being super gentle and say big, huge heads the size of like the entire body of the like skinny like vegan girl that's clapping them, and the cow like pushes their head into them and pushes them over, and the girl's rolling around on the floor laughing and petting the cow, and doesn't look like there's any danger of anyone getting injured at all.
Nah. And
Um,
and I just love it because like horses are very similar to cows. Like they're not dissimilar in terms of size,
that's true. Yeah.
flavor of animal. They're pretty similar in.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, Inigo. Sorry,
No,
Inigo.
no, that's it. I just like if she thinks that cows are so dangerous, like horses are just as dangerous.
Yeah, horses are definitely more dangerous. They're
Mm.
definitely more dangerous. I actually know someone. I know someone whose daughter at about 10 years old got kicked full force in the face from their horse because they use them for they like train the horse and do like horseback riding, whatever. The horse kicked her right in the face. She's a small girl, 10-year-old girl. Really, she's in hospital for days, I'm sure.
That's
Anyway,
horrible.
horses are definitely more dangerous than cows for sure. For
Mm.
sure. Definitely more susceptible to like they're just more agile. And they can't like I've definitely just off the top of our heads, we can say we've heard of people getting kicked by horses quite a lot. I haven't heard of a cow kicking someone or hurting them. At least not often. At least not often.
No, there is that kind of well-known story that sometimes goes around on socials a few years ago when a dairy farmer was taking a calf away from their mother, and
Yeah, I mean, fair enough.
and the cow trampled the dairy farmer, which
Fair
is
enough.
fantastic.
That is great, yeah.
It is fantastic. It is great. I especially love that comment though, because it shows how uneducated the vast majority of the world are. Like the fact that I think it was a woman, she said those cows are only there because they're too dangerous to be pets, and which almost leads me to believe that they think that these animals are naturally occurring wild animals. You know, that so many people don't actually get that they're only here because of us. Like we've put them on this earth. We haven't gone out into the wild and taken them. Like, oh, there's another cow. We'll take that cow and kill them. Like, it's just we are so uneducated, but it's not our fault because it's hidden from us and they don't want us to know.
Yeah. If we bring the attention to the looks yummy part, was that part of the comment?
Yeah, it was the first comment. Looks yummy. Yeah.
Looks yummy. I mean, that's people say that they don't even mean it. Like they don't mean look like they know it like from a meat eater's perspective. Like the whole alive cow does not look yummy to any person at all. That's just utter nonsense. It's just a convenient thing that they're allowed to say because they know like normally cows are food in our society. But it's just as like saying looks yummy, it's just as weird as saying like looks yummy to any alive animal that's fully intact, not like a neat little cutlet of like fried meat with garnish in it. Like the fully alive animal. It's just as weird to say that about a cow as it is to say that about any other animal. And there's no sincerity in that part of the comment. It's the stupidest thing. Isn't it?
I agree. Yeah, I agree. They might think a steak looks yummy, which I disagree with anyway. It doesn't look yummy. But yeah,
Yes.
you're right. How can you look at how can you look at an animal and say looks yummy? It's because they're thinking of them as food. Like, but I mean, we're not
Yeah, but they don't
nice.
mean it. There's no sincerity in that comment. That's just a convenient there's just a convenient truth to the fact that cows are commonly food. There's just no sincerity to that. I don't know how else to word it to get the point across, but I think you get what I
Yeah,
mean.
yeah, I agree. But it shows the clear speciesism as well, like having pet horses and and saying that the cows look yummy. Like, come on, come on. Why do you think it's not nice to eat a horse, but you're okay with a cow? Like,
Well, on the flip side, if we took like a cut of like horse meat without the full horse, the image of the full horse attached, take the just some sort of cut of their flesh and fried it up and garnished it in whatever the same way as the steak, showed it to them and told them it wasn't a horse, it was another animal, they'd be like, "Oh, that looks so yummy. Yeah, it looks yummy. Oh yeah, great. That's a horse." It's utterly just utterly ridiculous.
Nonsensical.
It truly is.
Right. Do you want to move on to your bit?
Yes. I'm actually I'm so excited about this one. It's so comical. You love this. Okay. So just for the listeners' sake, this is now the Reddit segment. So we get these threads from Reddit, and that's why they're a bit longer. But really, really funny. Here goes. Okay. One time I was petting a cat with this vegan colleague of mine, and the cat came to me and not her. She said, "Oh my God, why does the cat not want me when I'm vegan and you're not?" Then proceeded to tell the cat that she's vegan, so she truly cares about animals. So the cat should come to her to be petted. She makes jokes like this every time I try to express care to animals. She acts like only she can truly care about animals just because she's vegan. This has gotten so far that every time we see a cute animal, whether it's online or real life, she tries to give the experience a sinister twist by basically insinuating, "How could you be so cruel to something so adorable?" She tries so hard to make cows seem just as adorable as pets, just to trap people into making them feel guilty. The way she reacts to cows is the same way people react to newborn kittens or puppies. At first, I thought it was because she genuinely adored cows, but after a while, I realised it's just so that she can lure a reaction out of you, like, "Yeah, these cows are cute," just so she can throw shade by saying, "I can't believe people eat them," or "Can't believe you eat them." I don't know why they act like they have a monopoly on care for animals when that's simply not true.
Yes.
What do you think about that?
It's interesting because because I don't disagree with quite a lot of what the meat eater is saying. Like, I do that to non-vegans. And yeah, most of the time it is to make them go, "Yeah, that cow's cute." So then I can be like, why'd you pay for them to be fisted in the arse and stabbed in the neck? Like, it is true. It is true. They are trying to lure you in. But the fact of the matter is, like, you don't have a leg to stand on in that story because they are right. Like, a cow is as cute as a newborn puppy or kitten. Like, have you
These are
ever
so
seen?
cute.
Yeah, literally. Have you ever seen a little calf like running around on their newly found legs, like, shortly after birth? Like, they are gorgeous, beautiful animals. Yeah, like, they're so cute. So they just don't have a leg to stand on in that. But equally, yeah, like, the cat should love the vegan more. And the non-vegan evidently doesn't love animals as much as the vegan. Like, that's why this story is so great, because they think they love the animals as much as the vegan, but I mean, they don't.
Yeah.
There's a clear difference. Like, one of them is paying for animals to be sent to a slaughterhouse, the other one is not.
I also think it actually helps to, like, if you are looking at it from a vegan perspective, it helps to kind of bring back, like, potentially what it might have been like for some people when they were still not vegan. Like, I say she, they, whoever made the comment, they seem so sheltered, it's unbelievable. I just found, like, their shelteredness and naivety just, like, really, really funny in that one. She tries to, like, lure a reaction, and the like, given conversations a sinister twist. I thought it was such a hilarious way of wording, like, just that kind of idea that vegans are dark and twisted and sinister. Like, I find that so funny. It's like the reason why there's a sinister twist, by the way, is because something really horrible is happening. And for some reason, rather than making the connection that way, that they make the connection that the vegan's sinister, the vegan made the sinister twist, but actually
it's
the
murder.
darkness comes from it comes from the result of your actions. That's why it's sinister. Like when people people would message me, right? Let's look at it this way. So I remember someone messaging me and being like, I said something along the lines of like, we were totally cool until I went vegan, and now you just like treat me like I'm like the worst person, right? Obviously, as a response to how they were talking to me, I'd be like, mate, the last time we spoke, albeit a couple of years ago or before I was vegan, yeah, you treated me like I was a normal person. Now you're absolutely furious with me, right? And I remember them saying something like, well, maybe people would still like you, or people would still want to talk to you if you weren't so militant. Like you're such a militant vegan. And I was like, all I've done, and up until that point, all I had done was like click the arrow on Instagram, click add to story, and just share something, right? That was really horrible. And similarly to this comment, because that thing was so horrible, so dark, so twisted and sinister, they automatically were like, you're so militant. It's like, you do realize, like, I didn't take that video. It wasn't me performing that act on that animal. Like the darkness, the sinisterness, and your perception of me being like super militant is purely just down to how emotionally affected you were by the violence of that video. So they're just calling me militant because the content was horrible. So all I did was share something, put it on my story. Fascinates me.
It is fascinating, isn't it? They should look at that and go, that's horrible. Fucking hell, that is horrible. Like I didn't know that happened. Like, maybe I should, I don't want to be involved in that. I don't want to pay for that. I want nothing to do with it. Like that should be the response. That's the response I had.
Yeah, but instead the response is, "Oh my God, you're so militant. Why would you share that militant thing on your story?" The militance comes, or if that's even a word, comes from like it's rooted in how horrible that video was.
Yeah, the easier option though, isn't it, to paint you as this militant, angry, aggressive vegan, so they can just shut you out instead of addressing the actual issue.
Yeah. So yeah, that was it. That's the Reddit one for this week. I thought it was hilarious.
I do sometimes say that to animals. Sometimes I'm like, "Don't worry, I'm vegan."
Yeah. Yeah, I remember like I think some animals, I'm not gonna make a ridiculous claim like animals can sense the vegan in you. They wouldn't even know the definition of the word.
No, but
animals can sense good vibes off you. I remember like I was walking outside and someone said like, "Oh no, like my dog's not friendly, like doesn't like people," and the dog loved me. It was so funny because they were like, no, and then it was like nothing happened, and the dog was really nice to me.
Yeah,
and I was like, in my head, I was like, yeah, the dog knows I'm sound.
Literally,
the dog knows I'm a good person. If you don't know what sound means, sorry.
Yes, it's nothing to do with vegan, non-vegan. It's the vibes you give off. Like if you're a loving, kind, compassionate animal person, like of course they sense that. Yeah, equally farmed animals, they might be a bit put off by their farmer because they've seen them be heavy-handed or they've experienced it themselves. So if they come across someone who is vegan that doesn't see them in that way, then yeah, they're definitely going to feel that.
Yeah. I think that's it for this week's podcast.
Yeah.
Hope you enjoyed it.
Been a laugh.